Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have some really important information to share in regard to January 6th. First off, another Proud Boys member has taken a cooperation deal. Ryan Ashlock of Missouri pleaded guilty this week to entering restricted building or grounds, and he's going to be spilling the tea on his fellow Proud bigots. In addition, Proud Boys member Joe Biggs is using the January 6th televised hearings as an excuse to try to relocate his trial to South Florida, which actually I call Margaritaville. No offense to anyone who's not a MAGA person down there, but I feel your pain. He's claiming in a court filing that the first night of the hearings may have prejudiced potential Washington, D.C. jurors against him because his name was mentioned so many times. Who wants to tell him that they have TVs and streaming services and the internet down in South Florida? Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I'll keep you guys posted. But next up is the huge news about one of the alleged Capitol reconnaissance tours on January 5th. As you guys likely know, Congressman Barry Loudermilk was called out by the January 6th Select Committee for giving a tour of the Capitol on the eve of the attempted insurrection. Loudermilk first denied giving any tour. He said, oh, no, it never happened. Actually, my committee looked into it. There's no evidence, blah, blah, blah. Well, then when the committee said, oh, actually, we have the receipts, we actually have video evidence, he said, oh, that Capitol tour. Oh, I thought you meant a different Capitol tour. So he tried to say he was just showing some of his constituents around and, this was no big deal. I mean, at a time when the Capitol was closed to all tours because of COVID. Oh, and he just happened to have constituents visiting DC on January 5th, people who traveled all the way from Georgia just to see the Capitol. Because he said, to my knowledge, none of the people who I showed around the Capitol are in trouble or have been arrested, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, late yesterday, seemingly out of the blue, the Capitol Police Chief issued a statement saying that there was nothing at all suspicious about this tour given by Loudermilk. And the Capitol Police Chief wrote, quote, "We train our officers on being alert for people conducting surveillance or reconnaissance, and we do not consider any of the activities we observed as suspicious." Really? I think that they need to retrain their officers. I think maybe their training sucks because there was a whole lot that was suspicious, and the committee has now released video evidence to prove it. So first of all, Loudermilk wasn't with this group the entire time. He admits it. For some unknown reason, he left them alone and went off to do whatever, just left them in the Capitol complex by themselves. Second, his totally innocent constituents can be seen on surveillance video taking photos of things like hallways, staircases, tunnels, security checkpoints. I mean, yeah, that's not abnormal, right? Totally normal for a tourist visit.